everybody. Welcome to our podcast, Mind Your Health podcast. Today's episode is 213, and I want to talk to you about the importance of context, which is so much more important than the content. So I want you to think about your bodies as a computer system, right? And the computer system has a certain hard drive that it comes with. And the hard drive is what determines how it can function. You and I are both human beings. We have a hard drive, which is our brain, our central nervous system. Now, the software that gets placed on a computer allows us to open different documents, adjust and edit certain videos. We have capabilities that we can do through all the other softwares that we put into it. So that's what I mean. Is the context is the model of your computer system with its complete hardware. Software is the content. And yet we are so focused on not who we are being. We're so focused on the doing, which is the next level or next layer. So if you really think about health and wellness, unless we address the foundational element, it's like another example that I want to give you in the context of this topic is if you think about a house, right? And I don't know about you, but here in Georgia, we have a lot of termite issues. And so a lot of the termite inspectors come out yearly to do an investigation of our foundation to make sure there's no termites in the house. Because if there is, then it can really affect the structure of the house. The foundation by which the house stands is everything. Now, I just came back from California. They have a lot of cookie cutter houses that were built really, really fast. And my sister is an underwriter for a loan, and she was telling me about all the issues that her clients had because the foundation of the house was so poorly built that the house itself ended up being so frail, and they run into many different issues as the house gets older because of the foundational issues of the poor piping, poor ACs, air filters, and all the things that go along underneath the surface. While the house got built quickly, the dooming, the context, the foundational element was not properly assessed. It was not foundationally sound to hold up the structure of the house, which is everything for the sake of the house. The foundation needs to be strong. And so I want you to always think about no matter what diet or supplements or what holistic treatments or even conventional or otherwise that you're deploying for your health, I really always want you to think about, is this another content without really addressing the context? For example, if I were to believe that autoimmunity is completely incurable, but I pay lip service to saying I want to cure my lupus, of course, every single one of you would say, I want to get rid of my autoimmune conditions, right? And so would I, as would you. But unless we really are being the person who's capable of really believing into the idea that we can cure our own autoimmunity, then our thoughts, feelings, and actions will not align to create the results. So I really want you to go layers deeper to think about what context are you working from? What is the hardware that you can't reprogram or already programmed so deeply ingrained that you're having a hard time having a perspective shift? Because a lot of the people are super interested and they want to do all the things. Notice how I said notice doing all the things. But yet they're not being the person who they need to be. They first tell me about all their limitations as to why they are where they are. That's great. But also, that's the victim mindset that I talk about because it's so under the radar that we believe that that is a given circumstance. And many of you, without even realizing, are living from the circumstance. This is what I call the meta concept to the concept, because you really have to think about what you're thinking. You really have to think about what you're feeling and really define what that is to dictate then the behavior. And then you have to really know, what are you assuming? What's the context for the content? And that habitual pattern, if you can uncover it and are courageous enough to like really reveal to yourself, is the only way through to change towards the direction that you want so that you can begin to heal. Okay? Because in pursuing holistic healing or conventional treatments for autoimmunity, many patients, every one of my patients, seek tangible or superficial approaches to help their bodies, but they're usually short-lived and short-term. But ultimately, this is a broken strategy because all that you do doesn't make you healthy. You have to first be healthy in order to do all the things to help your body to heal. And then I want you to understand that homeostasis, or the thermostat for your body, resides where? Well, your doctor doesn't have the control for your body. They can give you the medications. As to what your body does with the medications or the supplements or even the diets that they recommend is up to your body. So given that scenario, the only person that's in charge of your own body is yourself. And like I said, the premise, the content for how we operate in our program through the autoimmune health programs is always to look layers deeper at you, to recognize your own patterns and really step into your own power so that you recognize the truth. And the truth is that healing is an inside job. And unless I can teach you all the tools so that you can be empowered healer yourself for your own body, nothing else can happen. It might happen superficially, momentarily, temporarily, in passing. You might get the benefits of this thing or that thing, but short term. I know you're watching this today and you know that there is, no matter what you try, there's only marginal benefits to whatever it is that you were doing to kind of really take your health to another level. So keep that in mind the next time you deploy another holistic intervention or conventional or change your diet or anything else that you try to do or, try to implement. First, to be the person you need to be so that you can do all the things from the place of being. I'm sorry, she is just too much. So you can start to do the things from a place of being so that you can be authentically aligned from the inside and out. I hope this really helped you to kind of see the bigger picture and the importance of tying it all together so that you understand that you first have to be the person you need to be despite how you feel right now, so that you can do all the things from a place of being that person you need to be. And only then can you create the result in your life. And the result ultimately is full healing from the inside out. And yes, I said it, it's from the inside out, you guys. And remember, the thermostat lies within you. There is no way any doctor can tell you what that thermostat needs, what's broken, unless you connect to your mind and body and start to connect with your mind and body and take control over your autonomic nervous system to affect change, positive changes towards health every single day. So I hope that helped. And really, if you really, really like this podcast, you got something out of it, I do and would appreciate so much if you can subscribe to our podcast. It's Mind Your Health. And it can be found anywhere podcasts are offered. And even better, it would be so amazing to me, and it would mean a lot if you left a review for us, because that helps us a lot to boost the algorithms to be able to reach more people, as well as I'm always hanging out in Instagram at Dr. Connie Jian, at Lupus Rebel. and I give you a lot of insights, and I committed to sharing a lot more of practical tips through my Instagram handle. So I would love to see if you can connect with me there. Thank you so much for watching, listening, or whatever you're doing. And I will see you guys all next week. Bye for now.